this installment, I'm going to be painting a little bit pop culture. I'm going to be painting Homer Simpson from The Simpsons, Stimpy our cat, I think it said on Google, so Simpson and Stimpson, and the very special Pokemon, the one that we didn't think existed when we were kids, Mew, the illustrious 151st Pokemon. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to have time to paint the background on this installment. I'm going to try to make this one 30 minutes, so I'm going to try and kind of fly through this a little bit. Got a couple yellows, daffodil yellow and bright yellow. Let's see, I think that first yellow looks good for Homer. Maybe we should name these people so it's not like copyright infringement. Slightly similar than Homer. This is the Homer from Homer's Odyssey. I'm actually surprised I didn't put Mr. PG in this painting. That's what I should always do. That should just be my staple. Mr. PG and GP paintings. I was thinking, since I do the GP does PG, I could go to Grand Prairie very easily. I could go to GP does GP. Garrett Perry does Grand Prairie. I was always thinking my radio moniker, if I was on a radio station in Grand Prairie, would be Grand Prairie Garrett Perry. Very country. It'd have to be a country station. I don't see that working out for any other station. Feels weird. I went home for a couple of weeks and I brought my painting supplies, bought some painting supplies, but I didn't paint any cats. The first time I went home in a while and I didn't have cats to paint. I feel like I'm done painting cats, at least for a long time. I'm just kind of globbing some yellow on here. That actually looks like the perfect yellow for Homer. I was thinking of drawing Bart, but I think I like Homer Simpson better as a character. I must relate to him more. Lazy, loves beer, doesn't like going to church, but he always does. Oops, I should have been using the other yellow for Stimpy here. Alright, I think I'm done with the yellow. First paintbrush done. I'm going to move on to Homer's pants. Neon blue. Tropical blue. I'm going to go like a mix between tropical blue and a different blue. Copenhagen blue. I think that Copenhagen blue kind of looks more like his pants. Yeah. I don't even think I'll use that light blue. Maybe I'll try and use it for shading around some areas. It's like a cufflink down there. Cufflink, not a cufflink, because like his pants are rolled up. That's one thing about my painting style in the past, is that you couldn't see any brush strokes. I tried very hard to avoid that, but now I'm kind of trying to embrace it a little bit. This is the first time I've painted on camera, standing up too. I'm usually sitting down, I'm so lazy. Alright. That's looking like Homer's pants. Geez, Homer looks almost done. I guess I have to go over white with his shirt. Done with that blue. Let's go for some brown. Looks like I only have... Oh, no. Just some stubble for Homer. Yeah. Once I go over this with black, it'll pop a lot more. Just putting down these base colors. Alright. It's a bit earlier for black. I'm gonna make his shoes black. Alright. Stimpy's nose, I believe, is blue. So I'll go with that lighter blue. Oops. Had brown on my thing. On my paintbrush. Intentional. Everything I do is intentional. There's no such thing as mistakes, as Bob Ross says. And he's ever the master. He's super chill and relaxed. I loved watching him. It's like him and Antiques Roadshow are the only reason for PBS to exist. Alright, he's kind of got like a tan body. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm just going to mix a little bit of brown with this yellow. Kind of interesting color. I don't think I'm going to use that paintbrush though. I used to paint one color at a time and then I would let everything dry. And now I see why. This blue is bleeding into my tannish color. I guess I could kind of leave a little space in between the colors. That way I could cover it up with black. I want to try oil painting in the future. I think I need to challenge myself. I think I've grown tired of acrylic painting. I'm sure I could push myself farther with the acrylics, but do I necessarily want to is another part of the question. I would like those opportunities to grow. I just hear it's a little expensive as well. All I'm using right now are dollar store paints. Put some pink on my palette for his tongue. I guess Mew's also pink. The pink of the Mew is a little more paler than the pink I'm going to be using today. Oh no. Luckily I have a backup. Exact same color on my desk. Problem solved. Yeah. I'm going to add some white to my palette and mix that pink in. And I'm going to start painting Mew. These are three characters I imagine never would share the screen together. And that's why it's kind of cool that they could share the palette together. Yeah. In the past, I painted Mr. PG with Pac-Man, with Zelda characters. I kind of like to mix multiple characters together that don't belong. And I think Mr. PG is missing from this painting. That's a shame, but too late now. I wonder if Mr. PG is owned by the city of Prince George. If I get in trouble, they're going to sue me. We own Mr. PG. I'm always worried about being sued. But yet I still do what I do. No one's ever threatened action, legal action on me. Whoa, really painting outside the lines today. I'm half speed painting. I want to get this kind of done within the half an hour, so it's a little bit more feasible to watch. My last episode was an hour and a half, and it was just a long... I don't know, I think I got like 4 views too, so... My YouTube channel hasn't been taken off as much as it used to back when I was a kid. Then I'd get thousands of views as a kid. Now when I release my GP Does videos on YouTube, they get thousands of hits. Not on YouTube, I mean on Facebook. I put the same video on YouTube and I get tens of views. It's not bad. Looks like Mew. Alright, let's go for some red for Stimpy. I believe that's all that's left, besides some white and black. Oh, he's got some different colors to his ears. Maybe after I paint this layer of red, I'll kind of mix some red in with that pink and make a different tone of color for his ears. I'm painting a bit, so you get the bottom. Mix some red with the pink. Might just go back to, let's see. I got some white in there too. Whoop. Whoop. Alright. Let's paint some white, guys and girls. It's almost time for a new paint palette. I don't think these palettes would be especially good with oil colors. There's a lot more mixing and stuff to go on. And one can't use water to wash the paintbrushes. You need turpentine. Let's see. I kind of have some blue shading on Homer's shirt so it's not just so boring. Yeah, blue tinge. That's too blue. I'm gonna have to get a new paintbrush. Put some blue shades in there. Not really. You know, you don't have to be good at painting to paint, I found out. You could suck. You could use it as like a therapy too. That's what I kind of do. That's how this show started originally. I wanted to talk about my mental health. But there's not really a heck of a lot to say these days, at least at the moment. Things seem to be going relatively good. My meds are all good, but I still like painting. And it is still a form of... what is it a form of? Psychiatry, I guess. I don't know. It's good to sit down and be with yourself for a bit and create an image. Feel productive. That's a big thing for me. I feel like I'm actually doing something. Alright. Got some white around the eyes. Same with Mew. I don't know what color Mew's eyes are. Not that it necessarily matters. Alright. Let's go with some brown for Mew's eyes. It's kind of like, it's probably blue, but brown is one of the more popular eye colors. Or popular, more common. Yeah. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to take a break there. We'll take a short intermission and let some of this paint dry. During the break, I painted the background. I tried to put the Simpsons house in, a fence, some grass, covered around Mew. We went and got a coffee. I got the Wayne Gretzky, number 99, 9 cream, 9 sugar. Barely enough room for coffee, and it's cold.
This episode sponsored by...
All right. I got my black brush, but I think I need to put some white clouds. It's something I forgot. So bust out some white. Grab a brush that make clouds, I guess. Make some clouds. God has a different way of making clouds with participation and water condensation. I don't know what I'm even talking about anymore. There's a cloud there. And put a cloud here behind Mew. And I think I really liked the way that everything was colored. There's a bit like a bleed in the tail of the blue. But I'm just going to leave that in. But I don't like the brown of Homer's mouse beard. So I'm going to go over that before I start getting in too deep with the black. So I just need a crappy paintbrush. It'd be nice. I need a bigger one probably. Whatever. Yeah. This is what I was talking about earlier in the episode, making the paintbrush strokes less noticeable. But it's also like the quality of the paint. Alright. Black, my favorite paint color. Oh, do I have it? Here it is. Alright, start with Mew's eyes. Jesus, you should like change up the format of this. I don't like the standing up and painting. I'm too shaky. But this, when I add the black, is usually when the painting comes to life. It also takes the most concentration. The thing about this paintbrush, it doesn't take much paint. Should get it better. This paintbrush needs to be retired. But it's usually the one that I go for when I do the black outlining. And I put my hand right in the black paint. I should have started taller. So the idea for this painting was I wanted to add some characters that don't belong together. And that was when I put Homer and Stimpy together. And when I painted Stimpy, because he's so much, or drew him in pencil, he's so much shorter than Homer, there was a lot of dead space in the painting. So I decided to put a Pokemon there. And it had to fly. So, and I wanted it to be from Generation 1. And I also wanted it to be easy to paint. So I picked the rare one, Mew, that they cloned Mewtwo from. After Generation 2? I went up to Generation 2 with Pokemon Silver and Gold version. And that's as far as I went. I missed Generation 3 and 4. And then randomly I played Generation 5, which was black and white. And apparently I was told by a Pokemaniac that was the worst one out of all of them. A bad place to jump back into the series. But I beat the game. I never went legendary hunting on that one though. cover up some of this white spots with black, just because I'm lazy. Something that I've been cognizant of is having a style from very early on. When I was painting my 100 cats, I think that's when I kind of developed a style. And the style is not really much of a style at all, just like a children painted it kind of aesthetic. It works. It's unique. Maybe I should like change my age. Say that I associate as a 6-year-old. It's like it'd be a lot more amazing if a 6-year-old painted some of these. But then you're 27. It's like, yeah, big deal. Paint something good. Oop. I think I'll paint a crosshatch on this window. Oh man, maybe that's it. Not a cross, just a line. Doesn't even look like the Simpsons house too much. I was trying to replicate the color. I have no idea what the color of the Simpsons house is. I can't describe it. Back on to Homer. That's everybody's favorite character. It used to be Bart Simpson, but Homer's more relatable as you grow up, I guess. Jeez, he looks like he has a black eye. Oh, covered up the little hair there. No, it doesn't look happy anymore. Made him look like a little bit of a frown. Not too happy to be taking fan pictures with Stimpy and Mew. I fucked up his color. Got a bunch of black all over my hand. I guess that's something you can't do with oil colors, is rest your hand on the painting midway through, because the oil stay wet forever. Oh shit. Fuck, I'm gonna have to go and patch that up. We'll finish this episode with patchwork. Homer's eye almost looks too big there. Should make the other one big to match it. Okay, now he's on drugs. It's like that one episode when he was licking frogs. That's the Homer that we have. Homer only has 3 fingers. All the Simpsons characters only have 3 fingers, except for the character of God. He has 4 fingers. Alright. I'm gonna raise this easel, so it's easier to paint these lower parts. There we are. Paint some of this fence. Homer. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. I constantly have that rolling in my head. Looks like there's a line there. So I'm gonna paint it. Shoes are black too, but I'm going to skip to a bigger paintbrush. Quickly add a line of white to differentiate between the shoes. All that's left is Stimpy. And maybe some patchwork. I don't remember watching Ren and Stimpy for a long time. Last time I remember watching it, we were watching the adult version, and I remember being traumatized about a horse or something. I think it's a repressed memory. That's how good the animation was. I'm sure if I were to see it again, I'd be like, see, this paintbrush is working a lot better for me. I didn't even go back to the other one. Dot. there's a lot of dead space when I'm concentrating painting on the black. But I kind of like that part of my show, that there's a lot of dead space. Maybe that's the way I do my radio show, just dead space. This is the 4 hours moment of silence, and then I'll go get coffee. Go get my Wayne Gretzky. Number 99, please. Pretty soon they'll know it's me. Kind of like a spot there. I'm just gonna embrace it, give him some whiskeys. There you go, have some whiskeys. He is a cat after all. That looks done to me. Let me just quickly sign my name here. Sign off my show. Patriotic, Psychiatric, Painting with Perry. Okay, before I end this, I'm actually gonna do some touch-ups. I already have the white out, so I'll just, it's not even covering too well. This one's kind of wet still here. Move it on to some light blue, tropical blue. Some brown for the fence. There's a little bit of paint on the house too, but I can't match that color. I already washed the palette it came off of. There we go. And that's a dunzo. I'll take a picture of it after it dries so you can see the infinite glory. It's Homer Simpson, Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy, and Mew from Pokemon.